Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to be making our looms. These looms will be representing who you are, so you're going to pick a color that you really like, and all of the strings and the pieces of paper that you wind up weaving into your loom are going to represent who is in your family and different colors that they like, or maybe different colors that make you think of their personality. Like, they're really excited all the time, you might think of making a yellow represent them. If you don't have a lot of people in your family, you could definitely think about making it into a pattern where it's like mom, dad, brother, sister, mom, dad, brother, sister, that kind of thing. Also, since we're not going to start the actual weaving today, we're just making the loom. You could go home and talk to your parents about maybe what colors they think represent themselves or what their favorite colors are, and really talk to them about what they're thinking of and how and why you're thinking of these colors. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your paper and you're going to lay it down and you're going to be folding it in a hamburger fold. So I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to do a hamburger fold. I'm going to match up my corners really well. And I'm going to fold down. So then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to make sure that I have it on the open edge. And it has to be on the open edge, not the folded edge. So open edge. I'm going to line up my ruler because otherwise it's just not going to work out at the end. And I'm not going to leave a big gap. I'm going to make sure it's all the way to the edge. And when you're using a ruler, you don't just put your finger in the middle because then it's likely to still slide around. You put two fingers down and you press it down really hard. And then you're going to take your pencil and you're going to run it along the edge of your ruler. So after you do this, you're going to turn it and you're going to write your name. So I'm going to write my name. You're going to write your name. And then you're going to write your teacher's name. So this line we're going to talk about right here is going to be known as your stop line. So whenever you're cutting, you're going to stop there. So I'm going to take my ruler now and I turned my paper so that it's going the opposite direction. And I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to line it up really closely to that edge. And I'm not going to hold it with just one finger because then it'll move. So I hold it with two fingers. I make sure that my fingers are out of the way. It's not the hand that I write with, it's the other hand. And then I'm going to come really close. I'm going to go from the stop line down. I'm going to keep going across. Line it up with that last line. Use two fingers, get my fingers out of the way. Stop line down. I'm going to go all the way across my paper. Stop line down. Lining it up using two fingers. Stop line down. I'm going to go all the way across. If I wind up having a small piece at the end, it's okay. I'm still going to go with it. You guys are going to use a pencil. I use a marker so it's easier for you to see. And then you don't need your ruler anymore. So you can make a pile of those on your table so that they can get collected really easily. And then you're going to take your scissors. And you're going to have regular scissors, but I have big girl scissors that I can cut quickly for you guys. And you're going to make sure that every time you cut, you open up your scissors really wide and you make sure you get your paper really far down inside of there because that's going to make sure that you don't have any teeth. And teeth are when you're cutting a piece of paper and you wind up having an edge like this. And when you start to weave later on, if you have an edge like that, it'll wind up getting caught. So you really want to make sure that you're opening up your scissors all the way and you're really taking your time to cut. So I'm going to take my paper now, open up my scissors all the way, and I'm really taking my time. Opening it up, closing, and keep going. You take your time, you're going to go all the way across, opening up your scissors really far, and then cutting back down. All the way across, going right up to that stop line. You don't want to go through that stop line, because that stop line is where you're stopping your cutting. Go all the way across. I'm going to finish my last one. And how you're going to know you did this correctly is if when you open it up, all those pieces in the middle are still attached. Now, you don't want to play with this because if you play with this a lot, it's going to start to rip. Also, you need to make sure that when you were stopping at your stop line, that you didn't go all the way through it because you need to be able to, when you're weaving, to stop right there at that stop line. So this is what your loom should look like, and next we're going to talk about weaving.